Good evening, everybody, and here we are with a new show, a rebrand. We've made some changes, and there's a few reasons why we've made those changes, which I'll get into in a little bit. But people wanted raves, people wanted rambles, and people wanted rants. Well, here we are. This is Arran Articulates. Welcome to the show.
Pull the blinds down, I'll be the judge of that. Imagine
I know what you're thinking. He's done well on that intro, isn't he? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Got a new laptop actually today, which my other one died midway through the OFAC podcast the other night. Literally just decided it wasn't going to... You couldn't charge it. So the battery was just constantly dying, but when you plugged it in, it was like it was running on DOS. It was terrible. You couldn't even, you know when you check your computer's all right by clicking down the mouse and like drawing one of those blue boxes on the screen. It couldn't even do that. That just messed it up. So it was over. So I bought a new laptop, a really good one as well. And here we are, a new laptop, a new channel, a new name, just everything's new. So much new stuff. Look at this. I'm even having a glass of wine for the relaunch. No, I'll tell you what's actually happened there, right? I ran out of beers because I drank them all last night because it was Friday, yeah. So I drank all them and then I was like, I'm not going to drink today. So I don't need to go to the shop and I don't need to get any beers. Well, a day of being a dad on your own when your wife's at work, I was like, I do need a drink now. So here we are. I'm having wine. And I couldn't really be bothered to go to the shop. Once I decided I was like, I wouldn't mind a pint now. I was like, oh no, I've got to get her in the car, get her out there, like drive to the shop, get her out the car, go in the shop. I was like, do you know what? I can't be bothered. I'll just have wine tonight. I'm fine with that. So I'm just using the kid as an excuse. Which, actually, I found since being a dad, if you get invited anywhere and you don't want to go, you just have to say about the kid and no one questions anything. Ever. I'm not saying to close friends and relatives that if I don't turn up to something, I'm lying, but I might have done. if I use my daughter as an excuse. Not everyone just shuts up. Oh, do you want to come to this? Not really. I'm on dad duty that day. Okay, mate, no worries. No one says anything. Any other excuse, people are like, oh well, change it up, change over, change your plans, come out. Can't, got a daughter. So stops them in their tracks. Like that. But anyway, we're here tonight with this new look show. So there's going to be no forced figure talk. I will talk figures at some point when I feel like it. I might talk about something else tonight. I can do what I want now. This is Arran Articulates and I can articulate what the hell I want. I'll articulate you if you give me the chance. And that's a threat. Tonight's show is all about traffic and cars. Now, this comes from, and this is going to be, if you clarify what those three things are, rants, raves and rambles, I think this is going to be a ramble. Now, I think over time, the channel's going to work out whether it's a rant, a rave or a ramble. I think that tonight's it's a ramble. Now, this starts from the other morning. I'm in a massive rush trying to get myself to work. I had to drop my daughter off at Nanny and Gaga's house, which is what she calls them, which is my mum and dad. I had to drop her off there. I'm massive rush trying to get out. So gets her in the car. It's like, right, let's go. Key in. Like that. Right, reverse out. I come out of my car park and there's like a bend on the car park, right? As you leave. There's a guy in a van with his headlights on full beam. Not sure why. Like just blare. It was like driving into the sun. So I couldn't even, I was like, and I just de-iced the bloody windscreen as well, which I love doing in the morning. That's like one of my favourite things to do. So I've just done it. So you still, when you're like, oh, it's still a bit misty, but I've got to go. I haven't got any more time. So I couldn't really see much when someone's got their headlights on full beams like a idiot. But as I sort of navigated my way around his van, there was a car the other side of the road, which was parked, and I couldn't fit through the gap. He's just, so I was like, I'm going to have to wind the window down here. So I was like, right. I was like, you all right, mate? His window comes down. His window comes down like that. Yeah, you all right, mate? I was like, can you move? He was like, oh, you want me to move? It'd be ideal, yeah. Yeah. No, what I thought we could do is I won't go anywhere that I need to go today. You stay in your van, I'll stay in my car, and we can just have a little get to know each other little session if you want. We can just sit here all day. Should we do that? No, of course I want you to move. You're like, oh, sorry, mate, I'm away with the fairies here. Wake up. But I find at the moment you can't drive anywhere. Now, I don't know whether this is like local to where I live, but I'm pretty confident in saying that traffic is getting ridiculous. Like, it is madness out there. Absolutely madness. You can't go anywhere. Anywhere that's like 10 minutes away, that's now 30 minutes. Like, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It's 10 minutes away in a car. Google Maps says it's 10 minutes away in a car. You get in your car, it's half hour. There's no quick drive anymore. And there's a selection of reasons as to why that is. One, people on the roads are idiots. Two, council. Now, this brings me on to the fact that I don't think there's much planning going on. So around our way, right, we've got you've got the motorway, which is nearby where I live. And that can get you, I'm telling you what a motorway's for. That gets you somewhere really quick because it's like, it's quite direct. I don't know if you've ever used a motorway before. You know what a motorway is. But we got that, I can get on there and that gets me wherever I need to go, right? If that's buggered, then there are alternative routes I can take. But what the council have decided to do around here is that rather than sort of say, okay, this road needs some work, so we're going to close it. What they don't seem to realise is that when you close that road or you put traffic lights in there, it slows that road down. Now, I don't know how long these people have been working in traffic maintenance, but they don't seem to realise this. Maybe they just walk everywhere. I don't know. But if I'm just telling you now, if you shut or put temporary traffic lights in somewhere, cars are going to go slower, which builds traffic up. So people then don't want to sit in the traffic. So what they then do is they find an alternative route. So if you've got 3 alternative routes somewhere with the main route closed, the number one thing to do if that's happening is don't then close another route. But our council don't see it like that. It's almost like, I think there's a section of the council that are just called the Mess Your Lives Up group. So they all go into work one day and they're like, right, how's it all looking out there? And people are going, oh, it's going really well at the moment. Really, really well. Knock it off. Yeah, come in. You know what I mean? I've got a really good idea. Yeah, go on. You know that road we've closed? Yeah. What I think would be a really good idea, right? Bearing in mind we are the Mess Your Lives Up group. Yeah. No, I'm all ears, mate. I'm all ears. What I think we ought to do is whilst we've got that road closed, let's close one of the other roads, the other alternative route. Because then people are going to go, people haven't got, that's like 2 routes then that they can't do. Oh, I like this. I like this one. Okay. I was going to suggest that maybe we put, or you know when something breaks, like when the traffic lights stop working, maybe we just don't repair it. Yeah, good one. So if we don't repair the lights, right, if we don't repair the traffic lights, and then we close the other 2 roads, people are buggered. Right, go shut the roads down. Get out of here, you little rascal. It's like that. I think they just think, let's just bugger people up. Let's just wind people up. I don't get it. Shouldn't you have like a big plan on the wall of like roads that are getting redone? We're redoing that road there. If we're redoing that road, we can't possibly do anything on these ones because people are going to go that way. They don't look, they just do it. They just do it. And what happened what happened a few months back is the motorway got closed near me because some tosser was speeding down the motorway in a nicked car and caused a massive accident. And what happened was it shut the motorway, right? Now, it's not like we're down one lane here, we got a problem. This was like, right, the motorway's out. Like, it has caused carnage. I think it flipped a lorry. Oh, it was a joke. The knock-on of that was insane, right? Now, I'm driving home from work knowing that the motorway was, like, off limits. And I checked, like, Google Maps, and you know the line where it's, like, green, orange, red, green, when you check, like, for traffic. This was like red, like don't go out. The whole map was red. I was like, oh my God. But it finds you the quickest route on this app that I've got. So, oh my Lord, to get home, I was going through back roads and all sorts. As I was going through one of these back roads, I've hit a pothole, which at the time I thought, God, that's a bit. I was like, oh God. I was like, God, that's a bit off road, bit safari. But thought no more of it. Got to the end of the road. That's what I could hear. Oh no, I don't believe it. So I sort of edges over off of this road that was just congested with traffic, pulled over, got out the car, checked the car, 2 flat tyres, both left and right, same one. I must have literally just gone boom, like that all the way through it. So I'm then sat at the roadside with a phone on 26% battery, a motorway that's shut in rush hour. I rings the AA and they go, we'll be with you in an hour and a half. And I thought, that ain't bad. Really, is it? That ain't bad. My phone's nearly dead though. So we're talking 26% here. That ain't going to last too long, is it? But I thought, I reckon I can do this. Hour and a half, that's fine. So I'm just sat in my car, hour and a half like that. Not really using my phone. I had the radio on. Checking my phone now and then when I could. Didn't want to use too much battery up. Hour and a half goes by. It's now like 7:30 now. So I've pulled over about 6 o'clock. It's 7:30. They ring me and go, Mr. Chan, we're not going to be able to get you. We're not going to be able to get to you at the time we said. I was like, okay, that's all right. What time could it be then? She's like, the earliest we're going to get anyone to you is midnight. So, sorry, midnight. What will I do then? Oh, well, you'll just have to hang tight. What, for 5 hours? Bearing in mind, this phone call's using up like 5%, mate. Yeah, that's as late as we can get. I was like, well, that's not happening, is it? I was like, no, don't call it off. I'll do something. Bearing in mind, though, no one can really come and get me because the traffic was mental. So I then checked my phone, was like, oh my God, that is used up like 10%. It was like 15%. I don't know what it is. When you wake up in the morning, your phone's on 100% in it and it's fine. And you think, oh, that's got 100%. And it doesn't seem to move much during the day. When it gets that last 20%, it's like, yeah, no, I'm nearly dying now, mate. I'm just using it all up. Just opening me is going to cost you 1%. I'm on my last leg, son. You need to charge me up. I need some power. That's what I need. Power. Anything you do on it. And even just checking the time, hit the button, check the time. That's 5%, that is. That's 5% now, because I'm knackered, mate. You've used me too much today. So anyway, I got out and then remembered that my phone can't charge off the mains. It has to be a dock. So I thought, in my head, I was like, surely someone along here has got a charger I can borrow. Got out, went and knocked on someone's door, and she answered, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm really sorry, I've broken down. My phone's nearly dead. Have you got a charger? But it needs to be a docked one that I can put my phone on to charge because it's buggered at the bottom. And she was like, actually, we have. I was like, brilliant. So I've done all that. Got it sorted. Someone came and picked me up, left my car there overnight, went and got it. And I thought, well, do you know what? I've got away with it there. And the following day, they came out, changed the tyres over, sailed off. A week later, right, I'm on a training course. It's weird how like issues like this, like car issues, seem to like, you don't have a car issue for ages, and then all of a sudden there's like 15,000 car issues with yourself. Like it's mad. Think, oh, my car's doing all right. Next minute, like the doors fall off, the bonnet blows up, the radio falls out. It just seems to be like one thing after the other with a car, isn't it? But so I'm driving, right? I've got this training course. I've got to go to Coventry, which was like 4 hours away from where I live. I'm driving up there, and I said before I left, I was like, oh, my car's all right, it's fine. It had that thing last week with the wheels, but that's because I hit a pothole. It's all right. It's not even a massive thing. I can do that. So I'm driving up there. I get all the way to the venue, right? Like, gets to a roundabout, indicator on. Went to pull away from the roundabout. Engine management light just comes on orange, and I'm going around the roundabout like this. That was like, oh my lord, it's going to literally blow up. So like, I managed to like just like coast it into the car park of the venue. Got there, and I was like, I don't believe it. Like, I'm going to be stuck here now. I've got a training course to do, which is all day, and I've got to drive back. I thought, well, best thing I can do here, ring the AA now. They'll come out when I'm in the course. I can come out, meet the guy. Hopefully he can sort out whatever this problem is. So I did that. Halfway through, about 10:30, guy, phone rings. I goes out there. It's the AA, right? So I goes out there, meets the guy. And he was the proper car geezer that just, like, I know nothing about cars. Like, all I know is you open the door, put the key in, it starts, and you drive. I've got no idea how any of it works at all. Like, none of it. But radio's all right, I can do that. But and the heating and aircon, I can do that. I don't know anything now. He was proper geezer about it. Like, he was like, oh, I'm just going to pop the bonnet open, mate. Like that. Lifts the bonnet up. We're both stood there, and he's telling me, and you know when you're like, you could literally be talking in like Arabic, mate. I don't know what you're. He's like, well, yeah, your engine capacitor's looking a bit weak, and your water's looking low. If anything, you've probably got a leak. He was like, where you got to go to later? I was like, well, it's about 4 hour drive. He's like, you're going to drive it down there for 4 hours? He's like, well, it's your death wish, mate. I was like, oh, God, we got one of these guys. We got one of these guys, haven't we? Then he was like, to be honest, this car's probably near a write-off. Well, don't write it off now. And then he went down this whole avenue of trying to get me to leave the car in Coventry. He was like, I can take you to a garage. I can take you to a garage that I know. He'll sort you out. But the car's, it's going to be 48 hours, mate. He ain't going to be able to do that a day, is he? I was like, well, this is no good to me, isn't it? I don't live in Coventry, mate. I've got stuff at home I need to do. I've got a wife and a kid, for one. I can't just like, oh, yeah, I'll just stay in Coventry. Don't go to work. I'll just stay in Coventry until the car's sorted. That's no good. I need to get the car home. And then he gave me this spiel about, like, if I drive it home and it breaks down, I've got to pay, like, £2 recovery every mile to get home if they have to come and tow me or something, which worked out, like, £300. So I did what any sane person would do in this situation. I rang me dad. Now, because he'll know, if anyone knows, ring your dad. Ring my dad and he'll sort it out. So I rang him, put him. I ended up giving him the phone to the bloke. I was like, just talk to him because I don't know what's going on here. So in the end, the guy goes, well, I'll clear the engine management fault with my machine and I'll top up his oil and I'll top up the water and all that lot, but this car ain't getting back home. I'll tell you that for nothing, mate. Yeah? Do you know what? Got me home, didn't it? And then I just did a full service on it for like 250 quid and they changed they said they changed all the spark plugs. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing they just replaced stuff and put it back in. Fine. So I don't know whether he was on some sort of money swindler up in Coventry trying to get me to go to this other garage. Came in with all the big boy talk, mate. Oh yeah, this is a write-off, mate. It was that Death Wish bit for me. You're driving that back there? Right, you've got a Death Wish, mate. Shut up. But yeah, cars, traffic, ramble over. This has been Arran Articulates, and I've articulated traffic tonight. I'll catch you next time, whether it might be a rave, a rant, or a ramble. Take it easy, everybody.